Hello. This is Antje from Byte Shuffle. Thank you for always watching our videos. This time, I've put together my approach to playing Doomsday against Saga Storm, along with my thoughts on sideboarding for the matchup. There's also a link to the pile breakdown video in the description, so feel free to check it out. Here is the deck list we will be using this time. I think this hand would be fine on the play, but since I'm on the draw, I take a mulligan. I put the dual land on the bottom. My opponent imprint duress on Chrome Mox. With only 2 turns left, I go digging for Doomsday. Surveil's effect leaves it on top of the library. I use a cycler to dig for Brainstorm. I'm going to dig for Dark Ritual. I put back Island and Doomsday. I put Doomsday back to play around hand disruption, but if the opponent ends up attacking with Urza's Saga tokens instead of comboing, that line actually cuts off my chance to win. If I had kept Doomsday in hand and shuffled with a fetch land, drawing a cycler on the next draw step would have given me a chance to win with a Brainstorm pile. And this is where the adventure comes to an end. Before sideboarding, I'd like to review the list we used. First, the conclusion. I will explain it step by step. In the actual game, I had boarded out Lion's Eye Diamond to bring in Shieldred the Apocalypse. Since the opponent is on a mono-black build, they don't have card draw, and the game tends to stall around Urza's Saga tokens, so it isn't necessary. Please use this example as a reference. First, let's briefly go over how the Saga Storm deck operates. Broadly speaking, there are 2 main routes, one that leverages Storm, and another that beats down using Urza's Saga tokens. First, they cast mana acceleration spells such as Chrome Mox, Mox Opal, Dark Ritual, Lotus Petal, Lion's Eye Diamond, and Cabal Ritual to build up their mana. After that, they move into combo enablers such as Infernal Tutor or Beseech the Mirror to kick off the combo. From Infernal Tutor, they can transition into cards like Ad Nauseam or Beseech the Mirror. From Beseech the Mirror, they can transition into Gia's Will and build up Storm. After that, one of the primary win conditions is to finish with Tendrils of Agony. The other route is that some of the artifact mana accelerants used to set up the Storm line remain on the battlefield. These are then combined with Urza's Saga's Chapter 2 token creating ability. With the Chapter 3 trigger, they tutor for Lava Spur Boots and equip it to a Saga token. After that, the second route to victory is dealing 10 or more damage in a single turn to close out the game. Now that we've briefly gone over how the opponent's deck operates, let's move on to the main topic. These are the cards in Saga Storm that impact Doomsday. First are hand disruption spells such as Thoughtseize and Duress. Since our counter spells can be stripped away by the opponent's hand disruption, we increase our density of interaction by adding cards like Force of Negation, Flusterstorm, and Duress. In exchange, I trim cards like Personal Tutor, Lotus Petal, Cavern of Souls, and Cabal Ritual. This is because the opponent's deck is faster, making cards that slow them down more valuable than cards that increase our own speed. Next, I bring in Extirpate and Nihil Spellbomb. While the opponent can generate Storm using Beseech the Mirror and the artifacts on the battlefield alone, they still rely on the graveyard to some extent, which is why these cards are effective. In exchange, I trim down the number of cyclers. I also cut days as part of the numbers adjustment. Next, regarding Urza's Saga, with the Chapter 3 trigger. As mentioned earlier, they can tutor for Lava Spur Boots and quickly pressure our life total. Or they can tutor for Lion's Eye Diamond, a key combo piece, and immediately go for the Storm line. Or they may search up Pithing Needle, naming our fetch lands or cyclers like Street Wraith and Edge of Autumn, making it a very flexible card. Once Urza's Saga hits the battlefield, it's important to be very aware that you effectively only have 2 turns left. Finally, surgical extraction. While it can be difficult to account for this far in advance, I cover ways to deal with it in the pile explanation video linked in the description. If you're interested, please check it out. With 3 pieces of interaction and a plan to win off Doomsday after disrupting the opponent's early game, I decide to keep. I'll use discard to check what's ahead. I took out Duress. I'll use discard to check what's ahead. I took out Infernal Tutor. I'll search for Doomsday. I'm going all in. From here, I'll increase the mana needed for the combo. Since I had already cited out Lion's Eye Diamond, I'm unable to set up a Brainstorm pile. If it were available, I would build the pile as Thassa's Oracle Cycler consider Lion's Eye Diamond. Then cast Brainstorm from my hand to fully crack the pile and chain into Thassa's Oracle to win within the same turn. However, in this case, I'm unable to set up a Brainstorm pile. Since I don't expect my opponent to have removal, I plan to place Thassa's Oracle as the 3rd card in the pile and go for the win. I don't expect to need the 2nd Thassa's Oracle, but as a precaution, I set up the opener with a fetch land and Street Wraith. I built the pile as Island Thassa's Oracle Street Wraith a fetch land. Using the pile opener to start drawing through the pile. I draw a card with the Cycler. I win with Thassa's Oracle. In Game 3, since I ran into issues earlier due to not having Lion's Eye Diamond, I brought Lion's Eye Diamond back in and cut the 2nd copy of Daze, but in hindsight, I think Shieldred the Apocalypse was unnecessary, and the following configuration would have been better. I'll keep this hand since it looks like I can go all in on the first turn. I'm digging for Doomsday. I stack a dual land Doomsday Brainstorm, then draw. I play Lotus Petal first. I'm going all in. From here, I'll increase the mana needed for the combo. This time, I set up a Brainstorm pile and finish the game within the same turn. I built the pile as Thassa's Oracle Edge of Autumn consider Street Wraith Lion's Eye Diamond. Using the pile opener to start drawing through the pile. I'll counter it with Force of Will. I put Dark Ritual back first, followed by Consider. I activate Lion's Eye Diamond on the pile opener stack. I win with Thassa's Oracle. Thank you for watching up to this point. I apologize for the many play mistakes. I hope to improve at MTG together with everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing to the channel and giving it a thumbs up. See you next time. This is Antya.